welcome to the news. I am Salia Brito. Coming up this evening, businessman Abubakar Jawara accepts to build Sanyang police station after it was destroyed by youths of the village following a violent protest. Opposition Gambia Moral Congress launches National Flag Day, and I'll be joined by social commentator and human rights activist Coach Pasamba Jawo later on the show to discuss some of the recent happenings in the country. But first, we will take a look at the newspapers. The Standard newspaper is reporting 3 dead as Navy boat capsizes in Janjambure. Security beefed up at Bakau Cemetery after exhumations. An IEC set to announce new date for voter registration. In fact, they already did today, and it is set for May 29 to July. They gave a 3-month window period for the voter registration to take place. More arrests in Sanyang, says eyewitnesses. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. 3 students from Yundum Barracks Upper Basic School who were on excursion in Janjambure have been confirmed dead after the Navy boat transporting them capsized. The Army's deputy spokesperson, Lieutenant Malik Sanyang, confirmed to the Standard newspaper yesterday. According to impeccable sources, a total of 136 students from the school were touring the slave and other historic relics in Janjambure. At some point in their excursion, they boarded a Navy boat from the Lemenkoto Navy station heading to Janjambure. The boat then capsized, resulting in the drowning of Sanakijera Musabi Sise and Abubakar Jaite. A recent wave of cryptic exhumations in Bakau Cemetery has forced local government authorities to tighten security measures at the sacred place. Last Monday, the town's councillor, together with other members of its ward development committee, installed at least 22 solar lights that they hope will help boost security of the sacred place and prevent further intrusions by unscrupulous elements. IEC set to announce new date for voter registration. The Independent Electoral Commission will this week announce the new date for commencement of a general voter registration. The Commission initially planned to conduct the exercise last January, but problem with the contract for the supply of election materials led to a delay. However, the IEC has now signed the contract with ESI, a Canadian company. Addressing delegates at the first inter-party committee breakfast meeting, IEC chairman Ali Umar Njai said the commission will as soon as this week announce the new date for the general voter registration. Like I said, they already announced the date, and it is set for May 29, 2021. More arrests made in Sanyang, according to eyewitnesses. Reports reaching the Standard last night claimed that a number of arrests have been conducted in Sanyang, the scene of a violent riot that resulted in the burning of the police station and a fish meal company. The protest followed the killing of a native, Jibril Sise, allegedly by Ghana C, a Senegalese national. Eyewitnesses told the Standard that about 10 arrests were made on Friday night and amid heavy deployment of security forces in the town of Sanyang. GPA's infrastructure challenges highlighted as it pays $50 million dividend to government. Bailamin Job, the Minister of Works, Construction and Infrastructure, has contended that the infrastructure deficit of the Banjul port is a big challenge hampering the institution. Minister Job made these remarks in Banjul on Friday at the presentation of a $50 million dividend payment by Gambia Ports Authority to the Gambia government for 2019. The payment follows windfall profits of about $200 million made by the authority during the year under review, 20% of which should be handed over as a dividend to the shareholder, which will be the government of the Gambia. That will be it for the Standard newspaper. Let's take a look at the Point. The Point newspaper is reporting that APRC says draft constitution's retroactive clause is witch hunt, and 3 deaths as Yundum Barrack Upper Basic School excursion turns tragic. We've already covered that story. GPA pays $50 million dividend to the government of the Gambia. Let's take a look at the APRC story. Fabakary Tombong Jatta, the leader of the Opposition Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, has affirmed that the retroactive aspect of the draft constitution is purposely designed to witch hunt certain individuals, saying constitutions are not meant to target individuals. He was quoted as saying, "You don't make a constitution to target individuals. A constitution should be holistic and the overall interest of the public. We have a series of concerns in the draft constitutions constitution that we feel should be looked into if we are to lend support to it, he said. That's it for the newspapers. Let's go for a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. And now Abubakar Jawara has accepted to rebuild Sanyang police station after it got destroyed by the youth of Sanyang amid last week's violent protest. The people of Sanyang, through the village development committee, reached out to the businessman asking him to help in fixing back the facility. And last Thursday, Jawara traveled to Sanyang to tour the police station after agreeing to build it back. Fatu Kamara tells us more.
Abubakar Jawara and his brother Haji, who is Gambia's Consul General in Angola, were last Thursday received by Police Operations Commander Landim Bojang at the Sanyang police station ahead of the businessman's plan to rebuild the destroyed police station. The people of Sanyang reached out to Jawara after the police station was set on fire on Monday amid violent protests that rocked Sanyang. The businessman then volunteered to be.
When the event happened, I am the one that contacted Jawara that we had a sad incident that happened in our community. The police station responded to us and we are seeking for help to institutions, personnel, individual to assist us in doing so. So when I contacted him, he told me that he will personally take the responsibility to take care of the station. And tomorrow, it's like today I spoke to him about the incident and he told me that tomorrow I'll send my team to see what had happened. And he do that by sending the team to come and look at the place. And they reported to him and I called and said, your team had visited the station. And he told me that, okay, I will contact the police. I will go to the IGP. The deputy is there. I will talk to him to tell him what I want to do. And he did that. And from there, he called me and said, tomorrow I will be here to do the presentation.
Speaking to reporters, Jawara said helping law enforcement was in the DNA of his family since it started with his father.
This is not the first time we are doing this kind of things. It started from my father. When you see Bagadaji police station, my father was paying rent more than 20 years before new police station has built in Bagadaji. I think whoever passed that police station, they will hear this interview. They will tell me true. It's my late father, Alhaji Bajija Jawara, was paying that police station. He was renting there more than 20 years. So from there, we also, built recently PIU station in Base. It's already finished, just to hand over to the PIU. And we wanted to hand over this Saturday coming. But I let Mahmoud Job, Alhaji let Mahmoud Job, may Allah give him Jannatul Firdaus. He already passed away. So that case we cannot do anything until we have further notice. So this is it's not new for us. This is we just came and then sympathize with the community, and also we can do what we can do. So it's not like we have activity here. It's not like any interest. It's just good Gambians. We are Gambians, and then we still think, and then we can do what we can do.
Police Assistant Inspector General responsible for operations Landim Bojang, speaking to reporters, said Jawara had been a long-standing partner of the police.
Mr. Jawara is long been our partner, not today. In Basse, he's creating an accommodation for the police and elsewhere. Maybe with Sanyang, people with Sanyang will think this is the force, but they've long been doing for the police. And then Gambians people should come and imitate him. But whatever one does in your own country, you do it for everybody. And look what he's building here. People who are going to use it are not going to be him, neither his family. But if it's for the security of Sanyang people here. So like what this gentleman said, he is right. Gambians, we need to come together.
Jawara's elder brother Haji also spoke to reporters where he asked Gambians to respect law enforcement officers.
Today I'm very happy with my brother. My brother gave me full respect since I took him to Kinshasa to Angola, and he was doing his business from there also and go to China, and he was related to the Angolan government also, and he do a lot of things in Angola. Today we are here, we are happy, we are happy, but operation, no compromise. We cannot accept those people who are coming here to disrespect our police. We cannot tolerate for that one. Because without police, we cannot do anything. The police is more important in the country. We should respect our police, our government. It's just like a GI, government issue. Do this, you have to do that one. So they can't come to the police station and set the fire there. After that one, what they gaining? They have run away. That is bad attitude. So we cannot accept that one. My sympathy to those people who pass away here, Mr. Sirifo. May Allah sanctify his soul and rest in peace. Jibril, may Allah sanctify his soul to rest in peace. We are Gambians, one nation. We don't want any violence. We want people to respect our government, to respect our immigration, to respect our police.
And this gentleman has this advice for Gambians.
I think it's important for we the Gambians to come together and unite, because we are the future, particularly we the young ones are the future generation. Like you and others, you have done your quotas. Mr. Jawara and others, they have done their quotas. All the good things they are doing is for us, for our children coming in future. So as you said, I want to emphasize that people should not take law in their own hands. We should come together, work hard, and make sure that we develop our country. Because this man, Mr. Jawara, is digging from his pocket to develop for the people of Sanyang and the people of Gambia at large. So people like him is better, we the young one generation should learn example from the good things they are doing and give them their due respect. Because someone who is digging from his pocket to help the whole Gambia, this station doesn't belong to Sanyang, it belongs to the Gambia. So people like him and the police officers, we should give them their respect. Because without this, the officers, we cannot be sleeping in our house.
Jawara was in Sanyang together with the contractor of a project that will cost $2.2 million. The Jawaras also gave $15,000 to the families of the slain Jibril Cisse. Fatu Kamara reporting for the Fat Network News Review.
Meet Sarah and Tracy from the top 8 finalists of the Be a Star Sierra Leone. Their lives changed from day one. New original songs. Be famous and successful. Be a star in the Gambia.
The biggest stage right now in Sierra Leone.
Being a part of Be a Star is going a step further in chasing my dreams and my career as an artist.
All you have to do is record a video of you singing your favorite song, not more than 2 minutes long. Send the video by WhatsApp to the following number, 22-99944, using an AfriCell number. State your name and where you're from. Be a winner of a fully recorded album and $500,000. AfriCell Be a Star, your road to success.
Welcome back. Gambia Moral Congress have launched its National Flag Day. The event was held last Thursday where leader Maifati vowed to work for all Gambians if they voted the party into office. Mati Senghor was at the event and she now tells us more.
Gambia Moral Congress Flag Day ceremony was held last Thursday. Their leader, Mai Ahmad Fati, marched to the meeting ground accompanied by his top party officials and a man holding the party's flag. The late evening event then began with the national anthem. party's national women mobilizer then explained the reason for the Flag Day event.
Nyimfulaki wulindo menjeteng. Atamansero mumuneti. Tamansero folo mumuneti. Mbeya kala mutale ko mbe election iyale kono. Mbeya lano ko election o sango nyinang bola kono. Nyanta ka mansa tombo nyinanne. Nyanta tombo ndiro kala mansa chola nyinanne. Ni ala sonta December. Ni ala sonta December. Woto doku da muta wato sita. Doku da semuta doku wato sita. Mpareta le dokuola. Mpareta dokuola le. Adu nyimflakol. Anu nyimflakol melbe wule teng. Nyine ka sute ndiro sone yandin tol bulu. Nyine mutaman sero di menka yandin tol lako. Itamu GMC dingoleti. Itamu GMC party dingoleti. Bi momondi yenje teng. Bi momo yenje janteng. Isalon konta mu GMC dingoleti. Isalon konta mu GMC dingoleti. Isalon ko American Rice mu GMC dingoleti. Isalon konta kanna sorga American Rice na mu GMC dingoleti. Femo sabu fonna kuloro. Femo sabu fonna kuloro anina tamansero.
The Red Party declared 18th March as its Flag Day, and according to the leader Mai Fati, it will now be marked every year.
The reason why GMC has kicked off a Flag Day, number one, is for increased visibility for the party. Everybody knows that 2021 elections, we are going with the marble once more again. And all of the ballot drums will be painted in the party color of the candidate. And so it is necessary that GMC militants all over the country are fully aware of our party color, so that there is no unintended mistake at the polling station.
Fati also told supporters what their flag is all about.
Today, as we kickstart GMC Flag Day, we want every GMC member, wherever you are in this country, and wherever you are in overseas in the diaspora, raise the GMC flag. Raise this flag, because this flag symbolizes blood. It symbolizes family relations. It symbolizes patriotism. It symbolizes sacrifice. It symbolizes energy. The energy of the nation must be harnessed for the collective good of the nation. So in the color of science therapy, red is about renewal. It is about rejuvenation. It is about revival. It is the vivacity of Gambian society that is reflected in the color therapy of red.
The party then officially hoisted its flag. And their leader, Mai Ahmad Fati, made a commitment shortly after.
I make a commitment before all Gambians that GMC will make a sea change in 2021, December 4th and 5th. 30 years in this country, we have sacrificed for you people. For the past 4 years, we have indicated where we are, on the side of the people, of the average Gambian. We have been criticized. We confronted every false allegation. Each false allegation have been conclusively proven false.
GMC may well not be one of the biggest political parties in the country, but the party is surely bent on making its presence known as we edge closer to the December presidential election. For TFN News Review, I am Mati Senghor.
Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. Taft Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only. An 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776.
Coach Hill. I am not sure if... Can you hear me now, Coach?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I am here. Very well.
Once again, Coach.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure, of course. When I started, I said we are having Coach Pasamba Jao to talk about the recent happenings in the country, and I realized sometimes it's a little bit too much, and then postponed the voter registration process. Chairman, a period. What do you think?
Is for all of us to say all Gambians that are eligible registered, and to also make sure that our voter roll will only consist of those that are qualified legally to vote. And now the next issue that we have to ask ourselves is the conspicuous that notice. I think you were the one who sent it to me first, and have been assured that they have the regulation already on that, and they're just waiting for the for legal advice from the Ministry of Justice, and then they will come up with a date. But the plan is to have diasporas registered. But I just don't want us to rest on our laurels and just say, oh, you know what, the IEC has announced, so all is good. We have to make sure that people are registered and it is done according to the laws of our country. And those of us in the diaspora are also enfranchised as per the Gambian constitution.
A suit against the Attorney General and, of course, the Independent Electoral Commission, requesting that people, Gambians living in the diaspora, should be allowed to vote. But the way things are going, a lot of people are questioning if there is intent for that to happen. Do you think there is a possibility of it happening?
Well, this is what I want to say. Section 39 of the Gambian Constitution gives all Gambians, irrespective of where they live, the right to vote. The worst mistake that we can make is to start making excuses for the IEC. A budget was passed in the National Assembly. Part of the budget was money that was allocated for the registration of voters in the diaspora. So that must happen, because any budget that is passed, any law, any bill that is passed in the National Assembly is a law. So failure to carry out that law is a violation of the laws of our country. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not a matter of optimistic or pessimism. It is a matter of reality, and we must be registered to vote, because there is enough reason for us to be registered to vote. And look at the timeline that they have. They have from May to July for the Gambia. In the diaspora, you don't have to worry about the rainy season. You can always in July, in August, in September, and so there should be no excuse register to vote.
So the voter registration process, of course, is one of the most significant events as far as the electioneering process is concerned. But what do you have to say to the Gambian people, especially the Alkalolus who have who have been tasked for the issuance of certain national documents?
Well, the stability of the country, outcome of election, country into jeopardy just because you want to satisfy an individual. The Gambia is bigger than any single individual, whether you are a president or a political leader. Important, starting from the IEC to the Alkalos, is to make sure that only bona fide Gambians to get voters' cards, the political parties. This is where you also, including civil society, to monitor this. It's a process where you have revising courts. If somebody is giving a voter's card, I'm not supposed to challenge, then I would be required to come and prove that I'm in Gambia. But like you said, dealings, please remember that the stability is a lot more important than any individual, single individual being held peaceful. And that can only to play by the rules and respect the laws.
And beside the Gambian people, a lot of people are concerned that we might have people from other countries, of course, meddle in our elections. Now, this is something common, as other countries always complain that when they have elections, we have other people from other nationalities trying to meddle in their elections. Do you have any word for our
lives in the Gambia and paid fully as do what is required, go and naturalize? But you cannot be somebody who is not legally capable of participating in an election. And then if you want a peaceful guy, because we cannot do that. I live in the United States. I understand where my limit is. I'm going to vote of our country must fight people or any laws are laws, and they are made for a reason. We cannot open our borders and tell people come and decide for us who should become our president. That's not their reason. It is our reason, and we must resist it from anybody. I don't care who you are, whether you are in the opposition or you're in the government. Stop it.
Of course. Just before we move to our next topic, I want to take you back to the diaspora voting thing. We know this.
Well, a very long time, because that is a constitution. But what was the political will to make? And when we realized